I'm in this restaurant in Little Italy in the Bronx, and the owner has told me to write a review like 5 times because, as you can see, the restaurant is empty.
As a small business owner at the beginning of 2026, my only question to consumers would be the same question that Tom DeLonge famously asked when he said, "Where are you?"
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about empty small business. Where did the customers go? Some small businesses are seeing fewer customers than before. Rising prices and online shopping are changing buying habits. Owners struggle to cover rent, payroll, and daily costs. It shows how tough the market has become for local shops. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into the videos and watch.
I'm in this restaurant in Little Italy in the Bronx, and the owner has told me to write a review like 5 times because, as you can see, the restaurant is empty. But I told him, like, yo, the restaurant's really good, dude. Like, the food is great. I'm having a good time. He's giving me wine. It's really good. So, ¿cómo se llama el restaurante?
Moisés Restaurante.
Moisés Restaurante.
And also we have a nice karaoke weekends, Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, you guys have karaoke too? Wow. All right. 2389 Arthur Avenue. If you can, come down. The food was amazing. Real authentic shit. Come check it out. Because I told him that my TikToks are good enough to bring people here. I hope I'm right. Please, don't make me look dumb. Come to this restaurant.
I started this business because of my grandmother, and I keep thinking if I have to close this, it's just like the small last part of my grandma that will be gone. So I keep pushing and pushing to make sure I keep these doors open, because as long as I have them open, that's how she's with me.
Trish, the owner, sent me a screenshot of their business bank account that had $18.61 in it. She said she just paid payroll and she doesn't know what she's gonna do if she doesn't make some more money. Little does she know, there's over 100 people waiting outside for her.
I would love for everybody to enjoy it.
Hi, okay.
So for you, for everyone,
Awesome.
so whatever anybody wants,
Everyone gets?
everyone gets.
Hi, everyone. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Phenomenal. I love it.
All right, let's do it.
This, people showing up. So I started this business because of my grandmother, and I keep thinking if I have to close this, it's just like the small last part of my grandma that will be gone. So I keep pushing and pushing to make sure I keep these doors open, because as long as I have them open, that's how she's with me. So that's why I keep doing what I do.
Toasted s'more in a cookie. Now that looks amazing. Better than camping. So good.
It's literally like heaven in your mouth.
After so many weeks of not being able to make ends meet, but hopeful that something will happen, and it does. I'm a little shaking here still.
Guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, and thank you. Seriously,
Thank you. I appreciate
awesome.
you so much. Thank you.
course.
I'm sure you know it's a small business, but this is amazing.
You're amazing.
We were really struggling, and I didn't think it would come to me. I thought for him to show up here, it's just like mind-boggling, because I had just put in for a loan to try to pay payroll, and it didn't go through. So I'm just like, I'll keep my doors open as long as I can and just keep going, because that's what I'll do. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing to the channel. Every bit of support helps the channel grow and reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel further, you can find referral links down below right there. Thanks in advance. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's return to the videos.
3 years ago, I started this small business of mine from my home in Tasmania after having my first baby. Kind of out of the blue, I started teaching myself how to make jewelry, because deep down I knew this is what I wanted to do. I had this very clear dream and vision that one day I will be making jewelry and running my own business. And what started as a hobby on the side slowly grew into something so much bigger. Piece by piece, I learned, experimented, made mistakes, and just kept going. I built a wonderful team, and together we reached goals goals I never thought possible. I also launched a new collection during my second pregnancy, and the support during that time meant so much. The fact that I was able to run my team, run my business, whilst also being in my beautiful postpartum bubble, soaking in that time with my family while having income still coming through the door, was just the most incredible feeling. The business has continued to operate from Tassie with the team, but now it's time for everything to be in one place. So next year, as you guys know, we will be closing the business for a few months while we move and reset. I'm not exactly sure what the next version of Tiny will look like, maybe a shop, maybe something else, but I'm excited to figure it out. Thank you so much for supporting Tiny Jewelry and for being a part of our journey. I'm so incredibly grateful, and I can't wait to share with you guys what's...
All right, my friends, right now is a really good time to start a business, and there's a ton of reasons out there why you shouldn't. Go look at the news for 5 minutes. Go listen to a bunch of people about how afraid they are and everything's falling apart and the world's falling apart. And hey, you know what? Maybe the world is falling apart, but really there's nothing I can do about it. And also, like, if you think back about it, like, the world's been falling apart and it's been like the end of the world for like the last 2,000 years. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, it's always some reason to be super afraid and not, you know, move forward and not do things. And, you know, hey, maybe it's going to happen this time. I don't know, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is move forward. But you got to realize how much opportunity there is right now. And a big reason why there's not a lot of why there is a lot of opportunity is because there's a lot of people who are not willing to take a risk right now. So that takes a lot of people out of the equation. If you're willing to take a risk, go for it. You know, me, I think it's totally worth it. There's no better way to support yourself and to change your family tree and to change, you know, change everything in your life by starting your own business. You know, this is the United States of America still, and this is the land of opportunity, and there's a ton of opportunity out there, and there's a ton of people out there who are just not going to take it because they're afraid. So I would say, if you're thinking about starting a business, no matter what it is, and you're like, man, but it looks like whatever is going to happen in the world and the economy and the United States, just like only focus on the things that you can actually control. So one of my favorite sayings is, the best time to start a business was probably 20 years ago or 5 years ago, depending on how old you are. The second best time to start that business is right now. And I really believe it. So you got to believe in yourself. You got to take a bet on yourself, do things smart, do things calculated, do your research, and go out there and get it, because there's a ton of opportunity out there. And if you don't try, you'll never know if you would have succeeded or not. And also, sometimes failing is part of it. I've failed so many times, like a ton of times. I've completely had the carpet pulled out from underneath me, where I'm looking at my wife and I'm like, I'm not totally sure how we're feeding the kids this month. Like, I have been there. I know what it's like. And it just gives me more motivation to just get after it, because nobody's going to figure it out but myself. I really believe that. And, you know, opportunity looks for those who are moving forward. So if you're willing to move forward, just start moving forward in the best direction you can, and pay attention to what's going on, make smart decisions, and be willing to pivot. Like, if you're like, hey, this is my goal, this is what I'm going to end up building, and then you get 10% of the way there and you're like, this is not working out, pivot. Maybe your destination was somewhere else, right? But you got to start moving forward, or you're never going to know what your destination actually is. And sometimes it's another saying that I like sometimes you end up going the wrong way just long enough so that you can learn that that was not the wrong way or not the right way, and you can focus on going the right way now. So sometimes, you know, you're headed down this path and you're like, this is a dead end, there's nothing here, and you could stop and say, I failed, I was wrong, everything sucks. Or you could say, well, now I know that's not the right way, so let me get going on a different path and start heading down that path to figure out if that's the right way. Anyways, get after it. There's a ton of opportunity out there.
Just an update. So we are still waiting to hear back from our landlords regarding what's going on with our lease, because our previous landlords went bust. They went bankrupt. So now we've got new landlords, and whether or not we're able to have the same terms as what our previous landlord agreed, we're not too sure. So we are opened today and tomorrow. Next week we are possibly open Friday to Sunday as well. So you still have some couple more chances to go and grab a bubble tea before we close. Date is tentative, not too sure, to be confirmed. Hopefully we'll have a better idea this coming week when obviously things are back open again after obviously the festive period. But yeah, just wanted to say, if you are nearby, you want to grab your Polaroid, or you just want to grab your last tempo bubble tea from the store, then you can do so today and tomorrow. I mean, it's really nice day. The sun is out. Crazy. What a great start to the year. But yeah, follow for more and I'll keep you up to date on what's going on in our journey.
Domino's Pizza is closing 250 plus locations and filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Wendy's is closing 300 to 600 locations in 2026. Popeye's Chicken is closing 136 plus locations and also filing bankruptcy, mostly in Florida and Georgia. Papa John's is closing over 300 locations in 2026. Denny's is closing over 150 locations in 2026. Red Lobster is closing over 100 locations in 2026. Red Robin is closing 70 plus locations in 2026. Pizza Hut is closing 250 locations in the US in 2026. Smoky Bones is closing 120 locations in 2026. It brings me absolutely no joy to bring you this information. However, it is the real facts of what is going on in the US economy in 2026. Please don't spend any money. Please plan your spending, do a budget. If you found this post informative, although sad, please like, comment, follow, and share. It is important that you keep up on the economy and economic news, because as you see, it does affect you personally. These are thousands of restaurants that will be closing, which means these workers will be unemployed, laid off, and not spending money in the economy. It means all these thousands of restaurants will not be generating money in the US economy, which will overall affect the US economy.
As a small business owner at the beginning of 2026, my only question to consumers would be the same question that Tom DeLonge famously asked when he said, "Where are you?"
I started a business 8 months ago and produced over 1,000 products, and now I don't know what to do with them. Hi, I'm Pammy, and 8 months ago, my best friend and I started a scent business. And somehow, we also ended up doing community events as well. We make Asian-inspired scents that remind people of home because I'm from Thailand and now I live in Vancouver. And when we started, we made a lot of products. A lot of them. What a nightmare, guys. But here's the catch. I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to run a business. I don't know how to grow a business. I don't know how to sell my products. That's okay. Actually, it's not, because these things expire. So my goal is to figure out how to sell all these products by the end of 2026. So we're going to be testing different revenue streams, marketing, events, everything. And you're coming along for the ride. So welcome to my slow business diaries, where I figure out how to grow my business and sell out by the end of 2026.
Anytime you walk past a business and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, you look at the store or you look at the business and there's nobody in there and you're like, how the fuck are they in business? It's a front. It's a money laundering front, okay? It's not a legitimate business. They have that there so that they could funnel their fucking illegal funds through that business. 9 out of 10 times.
That application say?
He was a stalker at a grocery store. Stocked shelves and kept inventory in check, period. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's just stalking.
I started my second business in 2025 and it quite literally made $0. Let's talk about it. So a little bit of a background, my first business, my permanent jewelry business, started in 2024 and my sales actually doubled in 2025. So that was very successful. But then I started my second business in 2025 and it made no money and I'm not mad about it. And the number one reason I think is because there was no pressure, right? Like when I started my permanent jewelry business, I was like, no, I need to do this because I have something to prove to people. I have to pay my bills. I have to prove this to myself. And with Midwest Social Club, it was kind of like, well, if I make no money, I'm already paying my bills. I already have a successful business. There was like no pressure behind it. But one mistake that I'm going to like shift in 2026 is inventory. I realized that I hate having to do clothing inventory. It is so hard to pick the right styles and colors that people will like and also in their size, and then carrying all of that to markets. It is just so hard. So I am shifting Midwest Social Club to be online. So this is a print on demand business where when people buy it, Printify will literally make it and ship it right to them. So I really need to be capitalizing on online because it's just going to benefit me more. The next thing that I'm going to do in 2026 is be more consistent. I wasn't posting consistently. People were like, what is Midwest Social Club? So I need to build up that brand so that people understand what it is because I want it to be more of a community than just a clothing brand. You know, I want to make content where I'm like, oh, come to this like coffee shop with me, come to the state fair with me, and people come along for the content. And if they want to buy a sweatshirt, that just is a bonus. Some other things that I think will make Midwest Social Club successful in 2026 is I got it on TikTok Shop, so the exposure within TikTok Shop, you know, can be crazy if I keep up with the consistency. I am also sending Midwest Social Club's apparel to influencers. I already have, you know, a couple sent out and I have already seen the return on that. People have gotten me sales, they have gotten me followers, so it is definitely worth it for me to invest in the influencer marketing. All that to say is just don't give up on your business. And like I said, I think the most important thing is consistency. Just keep showing up, keep pushing your message, your branding, getting people to understand what you're all about. I think that will help me in 2026.
Oh my fucking god, it's official. I'm opening a storefront. It's not even a maybe it's gonna happen. No, it's officially happening. I signed the lease. I paid the deposit. It is my store. What's even fucking crazier? I'm moving at the beginning of the year. The goal is to have the store open by February 1st to get those last minute Valentine's Day sales in. I also thought I was gonna take a cute little break in January, but now that's not gonna happen. I'm also not gonna lie. I was not envisioning opening a store anytime soon, especially with how this year has been and a lot of other shit that just didn't fall into place. That's a story for another day. Back to the store information. It is located in Ravenswood right by Winnemac Park. It's super close to where I live, so the commute is going to be easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Storefront's going to be pretty small, about 100 square feet, as you could see in the SketchUp model that I did here. And the storefront is going to primarily be our studio space that you could see in the back here. For now, the goal is just to have the storefront pay for itself, because currently I'm just bleeding money paying for rent in my current office space. Of course, I plan on filming a storefront mini-series while I go ahead and prep the shit out of this space. I cannot wait to take you along for this journey because it's gonna be a fucking crazy one. And that's all for now. Okay, bye!
Most retail businesses will fall off the face of the earth in 2026 because they don't understand this one thing. Most boutique and brands do not have a sales problem. What they have is an identity crisis. What I see happen time and time again is that brands and businesses show up online. They think it's going to be very easy. They're going to start this business. They have cute, great products. I'm sure you do. And then once you get online, you feel like it's really, really a lot harder to move inventory than you thought. And you start thinking, this must be because I have a sales issue. Maybe I don't know how to sell. Maybe I should be, selling more stuff. Maybe I should change my prices. All these things kind of go through your mind. When in reality is you have an identity crisis, meaning you haven't created a bold, true, authentic identity of who your brand is, what you stand for, and who are the type of customers you're trying to attract. In 2026, if you don't have a solid freaking identity, you will get left behind. So what I want you to do now is think deeper. Think deeper than just, I'm a boutique that sells cute clothes, or I'm a candle brand that has great smelling candles. I need you to get more specific on who you are, what you stand for, who are the people that you think would actually like your products. Show up in a way that you build an identity around this. This is how you're going to survive next year and how you're going to stand out amongst everybody else that also has an identity crisis. Don't let this be you.
All right, for all my entrepreneurs out here that's trying to figure out what's going on these first couple weeks of the month of January, don't worry about it. I've been doing this for a long time. This is normal, all right? Usually the first 2 weeks in January is very slow because people spent all their money. Holiday season time, they got paid their rent, mortgage, car note, credit card, all that, you know what I'm saying? So the first 2 weeks usually is really slow. But don't worry, around the third week, around Martin Luther King Day, people start to shop again, get back in the flow of things again. You got February that's coming up, it's Valentine's Day, people get their taxes. There's a lot of things going on. Also, too, a lot of people, if you live in a cold city or cold state, people like to travel. So if you got T-shirts and shorts and summer gear, put that out there in the wintertime because people definitely look to shop for their vacations, all right? Don't worry about this. Hang in there. I've been through this before. I know how it feels. Don't worry. Don't panic. Things will pick up, all right? Peace.
I'm closing down my $1 million jewelry business to start a new one. If you don't know me, I'm Anna. I'm 25, and I started Apartment 5 in 2021 when I couldn't really find earrings that I liked. Selling on Etsy, then eventually was able to have my own website, and I've been making jewelry full-time since then. 5 years, I've made about $1 million in sales, over 15,000 orders. I've probably made like 50,000 earrings, something crazy. I really don't know. Here are some of my most popular styles over the years. And yeah, I'm closing. I'm fucking crazy. My dream is to be a fine jeweler. I really just want to make super special pieces that last a long time. That, can kind of push me a little bit more creatively and technically stuff. So that's what's happening. And I'm closing my website at the end of June. Yeah, it's really bittersweet. I'm really grateful that I'm making the choice to close down and I haven't been forced out of the business, but it also feels stupid a little bit. The world is really scary right now, but I'm doing it. April 1st is going to be my last full restock on my website. I'm going to have a lot of inventory, more than I've had previously. June I'll do another smaller restock just of anything that's left, if there is anything left. And maybe I'll do a little bit of a restock on just some of the really popular styles or in-demand ones, but I can't do a full restock again. It's a lot of prep and stuff. I'm really scared, but I'm excited for a new chapter. But I'm going to be working really hard for the next couple months. So Apartment 5 can go out the bang.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video next, right here. As always, stay safe and bye for now.